Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES FANS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, this is the kind of NFL story that gets fans talking for days, maybe even weeks. It's about a major player who could be on the move, and not just any player. It's DJ Moore, one of the most talented wide receivers in the league today, who might be heading to the Philadelphia Eagles. And I know what you're thinking. Why would the Eagles, coming off a Super Bowl victory, want to shake up their roster? Well, that's exactly what makes this story so fascinating. Because even after their championship win, the Eagles are not just sitting back. They're looking to push even harder to improve on what they've already achieved, and making a move like this could be the key to their next big leap. So let's dive into all the details, the context, and what this potential trade could mean for the Eagles and the entire NFC East. First, let's set the stage. The Eagles, as we all know, are coming off a phenomenal season where they showed resilience, talent, and a relentless drive to reach the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts, their dynamic quarterback, proved to be one of the most complete quarterbacks in the league, combining athleticism with precision passing. Wide receivers like A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith have been instrumental in their success, creating mismatches and making life difficult for defenses. Yet, even with this potent offensive core, the Eagles are not content with standing still. They understand that in the NFL, the difference between a good team and a great one often comes down to the depth and versatility of the roster, especially at the wide receiver position. Now, here's where things get interesting. The NFL offseason is always a time of rumors, trades, and strategic moves, but this particular scenario is gaining a lot of traction, and it involves DJ Moore. Moore, who has been a key player for the Chicago Bears, has been the subject of speculation following the Bears' recent draft decisions. After selecting Luther Burden III in the first round, a pick that has raised some eyebrows, especially considering the Bears already have a talented wide receiver in DJ Moore, analysts like Bill Zimmerman from Windy City Gridiron have started to speculate about the future of Moore. Zimmerman pointed out on X, formerly known as Twitter, that the Bears' draft choices might indicate some uncertainty about Moore's role moving forward. He even mentioned that with Burden's play style being quite similar to Moore's, and considering the fact that a new coaching staff is in place, one that didn't acquire Moore, they might be more open to trading him. This is where the Eagles come into the picture. Despite their current roster being loaded at the receiver position, with Brown and Smith leading the charge, the Eagles have shown that they're always looking for ways to improve. And in this case, adding a player like DJ Moore would be a significant upgrade, especially considering his on-field production, his size, athleticism, and the ability to stretch defenses vertically. Think about it. Jalen Hurts would have a true deep threat on the outside, someone who can take the top off defenses, creating even more space for Devonta Smith to work from the slot. Moore's stats with the Bears, over 34 games, accumulating 330 yards and 14 touchdowns, are impressive, and they show what kind of impact he can have in an offense that maximizes his talents. But here's the kicker. This move would make perfect sense for the Eagles not only because of what Moore brings on the field, but also because of the strategic advantage it gives them over their division rivals, particularly the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are currently linked to Moore, and if the Eagles manage to acquire him first, it could be a game changer. Keeping Moore out of the hands of a division rival would be a huge win, especially considering how well he would fit into Philly's offensive scheme. With Moore on the outside, paired with Brown, the Eagles would have one of the most dynamic wide receiver duos in the league, capable of causing nightmares for opposing defenses. And let's not forget, Moore's size and athleticism make him a nightmare after the catch. He's a player who can turn a simple catch into a big gain, adding a new dimension to the Eagles' passing attack. Now, you might be wondering, how exactly would this trade work? Well, based on the current rumors and the value Moore holds, It's believed that the Eagles might have to part with some draft capital or maybe a player or two to make this happen. But considering the potential upgrade in their passing game, it's a move worth contemplating. The Eagles have also shown a willingness to be aggressive in the offseason, as seen in their recent decisions, like declining the fifth-year option on Jahan Dotson, which signals they're still looking to fine-tune their roster and are not just resting on their laurels. They understand the importance of having reliable depth at the receiver position, especially with injuries being a constant concern in the NFL. Both Brown and Smith have had injury issues in the past, and adding more would provide them with a reliable, proven weapon to lean on, especially in critical moments. Let's talk about the fit. Jalen Hurts, who has been spectacular in his development, thrives when he has multiple options that can make big plays. Moore, with his ability to work down the field, would perfectly complement Brown's physicality and Smith's precise route running. Moore's size, athleticism, and after-the-catch ability would give the Eagles a versatile and explosive option that defenses would have a hard time stopping. And the beauty of this fit is that Moore wouldn't be the primary target. Brown would still draw most of the attention, which means Moore can operate more freely, exploiting mismatches and creating opportunities for big gains. Of course, there are some concerns and questions. Will the Bears be willing to trade him? What would the asking price be? And how quickly could the Eagles integrate Moore into their offensive system? All valid questions, but the reality is that NFL teams are always looking for ways to get better, and if the right deal is on the table, both sides could come out winners. For the Eagles, it's about taking that next step, going beyond a Super Bowl win and cementing themselves as a dynasty. Adding a player like DJ Moore could be that piece that elevates their offense from good to unstoppable. Now, I want to highlight that this move isn't just speculation. It's rooted in the strategic needs and the current landscape of the NFL. The Eagles, with their talented core, have the infrastructure and coaching to integrate more seamlessly. Head coach Nick Sirianni is known for his offensive creativity, and with Hurts, Brown, and Smith already in place, adding more would open up a lot of possibilities. It would also send a message to the rest of the league. The Eagles are not resting on their laurels. They are hungry for more, and they are willing to make bold moves to stay ahead in the NFC East. So, fans, imagine a scenario where DJ Moore dons the Kelly green, catching passes from Hurts, with Brown stretching defenses on the outside. This could be the kind of move that takes the Eagles back to the Super Bowl, maybe even further. It's a bold strategy, but in today's NFL, boldness often wins championships. And let's be honest, Philadelphia fans love a team that's willing to go all in. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Philadelphia Eagles news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. As we look ahead to the upcoming season, this potential trade adds an extra layer of excitement and anticipation. The Eagles are already favorites in many circles, but with a move like this, they could solidify their status as serious contenders once again. The NFC East is always competitive, with the Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders all vying for supremacy, but Philadelphia's roster depth and talent make them the team to beat. Adding DJ Moore would be a statement move, signaling that the Eagles are not just happy with their recent success, they want to dominate. And for Moore, this could be a fresh start. Playing in Philadelphia, a city renowned for its passionate football culture, could rejuvenate his career and give him the platform to showcase his skills on the biggest stage. The Eagles' offensive system, under Sirianni, emphasizes versatility, ball movement, and exploiting mismatches, perfect for a player like Moore who thrives after the catch and can make plays in open space. Furthermore, the implications go beyond just the roster. Such a trade would send a message across the league about the Eagles' ambitions and their willingness to be aggressive in pursuing championships. It would also put pressure on division rivals like the Cowboys, who would be keen to counter this move in the draft or free agency. In the end, the NFL offseason is all about strategic moves, and this potential trade for DJ Moore could be one of the most exciting developments of the year. It's a story that combines talent, strategy, and a little bit of division rivalry drama. For fans of the Eagles, it's the kind of move that makes you dream about another Super Bowl run, about seeing your team evolve and keep pushing the boundaries of excellence. So stay tuned, because as the offseason unfolds, we'll be watching closely to see if this trade becomes a reality. And if it does, it could very well be a defining moment in Philadelphia Eagles history. Remember, in the NFL, nothing is set in stone until it's done, but the potential is there, and the excitement is sky high. Thanks for sticking with us through this deep dive, and as always, we'll be back with more updates, analysis, and news to keep you informed and engaged. Keep the passion alive, Eagles fans, because the best is yet to come. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Philadelphia Eagles. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news.